Jesse, when you were saying earlier that with the filming and stuff like that, and then you had you didn't have the business side of it,
right?
With this project that you guys have been working on together, how has that influenced?
Oh my! You're talking about the podcast?
Yeah, the podcast and these guys and having access to them and hearing the conversations. Because I've just recently started scouring every episode and really paying attention. It's informative, right? So you sitting here in this position, getting to hear those conversations, how has it affected
Well,
the
my
art?
mind has been blown up and wide by these two guys, and not to blow too much smoke up y'all's asses, but I knew that. God, how to even attack this? Honestly, like being around you guys, just watching how y'all operate and stuff like that is good. It's influential on other people that are around you. These people that come in to talk to you. I watch, like, I love hearing all the new stories each week, and I can never say what episode is better than another because there isn't one that's better than another. But just watching the sort of back and forth, watching you guys learn from this person, but then seeing how you turn around, use it with your abilities and in the conversation, give them sort of new ideas and stuff too. There's an interesting kind of back and forth with that, and and just being around you guys, you aren't so bad. Business people aren't that bad. I'm like, Dad, what the fuck? But it's been very healthy for me. But I'm kind of going through a part in my life of like, I'm ready to build something, but I'm not really quite sure what it is yet.
Yeah.
And the wheels are turning and spinning, but I'm at a moment now that sort of like feels like when you're working out, you're on a plateau for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And something needs to change. Something needs to shake. I'm ready to do something, and at least creatively, and hopefully that will be also in the realms of being good for business as well, or at least better than before, without like paying it any mind.
Yeah. Well,
who needs money for survival?
Yeah. When you're creating stuff, I think you should keep in mind if you want to create something that's marketable, you have to consider that through the process.
Absolutely.
And also, I mean, just the fact that you're constantly thinking about it, that's part of the process too. That's what gets you to do it. It'll keep bugging you until you do something about it.
Oh yeah.
It's a little bit of a curse.
Yeah, it is.
A little bit. I say it's a blessing and a curse, but like
you can't let yourself off the hook.
No.
Yeah. Oh.
I've got things like they almost haunt me.
Yeah, same here, man. Just
things that from the past and stuff like
that. But just current projects, things like dreams, goals, ambitions,
trying to get something to work.
Anxiety. Yeah, it's just like
yeah,
it's nonstop. And sometimes if I don't do something, I can't sleep. Like I'll literally just be like, all right, fuck this. I'm
just
getting
get up and do it.
And
because you're not gonna sleep. You're just gonna lay there with your eyes open, thinking about it.
Yeah, I made a mistake this morning. Honestly, at 5:30 this morning, I was just getting in and going to bed. I should have just grabbed an energy drink and stayed up, cranked out. I got to my 8 o'clock, and then I should have slept after that.
Right.
But like I started to go to bed, and if it wasn't for pure exhaustion, I wouldn't have went to sleep because I was like, man, I didn't do this.
Right.
And again, so this out of sight, out of mind thing. Before we came on, Neil's like, oh, have you talked to this and this and this? Now, last night I did send a message. He didn't answer this person. And then this morning, even though I was exhausted, I was like, all right, I need to call. I called again, send emails. It'll just bother me because it's just not. Yeah. What you end up doing in business, you'll figure out too, is you just incessantly follow up with everybody else to make sure they do their job.
Yeah.
Constantly. Yeah.
And it's very, very frustrating.
Yeah.
And so if any of my attorneys are watching this is nothing personal, but I think attorneys deal in what's on fire. Good attorneys.
Yeah.
And the best attorneys, the most expensive attorneys, I feel like that's their go-to. Like when your life is on fire, whether that be a high-value lawsuit, some type of litigation, or somebody's been hurt. Like in the moment that you need an attorney, like in that extreme moment of need, they're usually there, right? And they excel. Those rock stars.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to be proactive, and you're working on things that aren't on fire, meaning that you're just trying to work on something that's like a long-term, or hey, I need to do this.
Yeah.
They're very hard to get a hold of. Because they're dealing with somebody else's fire.
Yeah.
And so I've got an attorney that I love. Like, he's awesome. But if your world's not on fire, and he'll tell you, he's prioritizing, like,
sure,
he's dealing with somebody else's world that's on fire.
Right.
And so he'll kind of fit you in when he can, and that part is very frustrating.
Right.
So, like, it's like a never-ending to-do list.
Yeah.
So
you'd think they would have personnel set up for that, but they need their personnel to handle the fire.
The problem is their personnel is not them. So,
right.
If you got a rock star can have assistants, and they can have
paralegals.
But
you don't want to see the guitar tech on stage.
No,
you want to see him.
But you still have to talk to them first.
Yeah.
Right.
Now they need the guidance of the rock star, because when you talk to the underlings, and I'll use that term in a broad sense.
Right.
They pretty much almost always default to they're just note takers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're taking instruction from the lead attorney and that.
Yeah. So
doing contracts or whatever.
But I literally am haunted by the things that I either haven't done, have to do, things I've messed up.
And it's constant.
Errors in business. I've left money on the table all the time. I leave money on the table, and some of that is I'm probably too nice.
Right.
And you need an assistant too.
Yeah, I do need an assistant. Some of it's just a learning curve. Like, you'll get to the end of something and realize you could have done something slightly different.
Oh yeah.
So the next time you do it,
you'll save time.
You save time. You save money. We've got a couple of new businesses that we've ventured in. I mean, starting businesses is nothing new, but we have a few that it's the first time we're in this specific industry, right?
Sure.
And so it's been really interesting, and I had done some of the same things over and over and over and over again, and it had been a little while since we made some mistakes. So it was kind of like, that's a good healthy reminder, because a mistake in business costs you money, and that's how you learn.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think we overspent probably, on one project, probably a good $100,000, 100 plus.
Yeah.
So,
which is not too bad.
No, I mean, it was
really.
Depending on who you are, of course.
For the size of that project,
we've had other projects we've overspent.
Yeah, a lot more.
Way more than that.
Yeah, a lot more than that.
Yeah.
On this one, I'd say it's like a 5% error. Like, if you want to be technical on this one, but I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's Walmart accounts for a 4% loss.
Sure.
Through theft, right?
Yeah.
So if you
they call that shrink.
Yeah, shrinkage. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and it's really funny. They don't clarify whether that's an employee and or customer theft, which I would love to know. The breakdown.
Right.
So anyway,
there's a lot of both.
I think that's right. I think actually they probably have more employee theft than they do.
I learned all about shrink when I trained at Best Buy for my one day of work I did there.
Oh, you got one through 1 day?
Yeah.
Was it the training that got you?
No, I just was like, I don't want to do this.
What were you going to do at Best Buy?
I was just in the camera department selling cameras and stuff, which I was not the right person for sales back then.
Yeah.
I am now because I can put it on if I have to, but it's not my nature.
You would be miserable.
Yeah.
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 Man.
But I worked as a lifeguard. And I just went. It made me good. At least teach. I taught at the Art Institute. Which is better.
Yeah, I think that definitely fits you more. Yeah. I fall right into sales, but I always try to sell based on what I find of value. Right, like for life insurance, let's say. Right,
sure.
It's the easiest sell in the world, I think, because you're guaranteed to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's the one thing that I'm going to sell you that I promise you, if you keep long enough, you're going to use it.
Absolutely.
Guaranteed.
Yep.
Right? So where's the pitch? You don't have to have one.
None.
Like, you got people you care about? Great.
It's in the attitude and the delivery. And
100%.
The charisma you use with that,
Yeah. So, I mean, then really the need is there. Everybody has a need. Well, then it becomes certain factors. What is the value of the need?
Yeah.
And what's the cost? What can they afford? Right. And those two things intersect. That point intersects somewhere.
It's also something you believe in personally.
Oh yeah.
And the right way to do it, the right ways to do it, the wrong ways to do it.
Well, I think that, and without going down a huge life insurance conversation, I think that using life insurance, as far as like whole life or UL as an investment vehicle, sometimes can, and I don't want to go down this too far, but I think that can be a mistake for some.
Right.
I feel like, my opinion, for the type of person I am, term insurance is the cheapest, the most insurance you can get for the cheapest price, right? Mm-hmm. So the money that I save from going with a whole life product or universal life product, like a permanent product, all that money I save, then for me, I'm just going to invest the difference. But not everybody can do that. So I don't want to say that's a one size fit all for everybody, but for me, that was the thing. So I saw value in it because, if you've got somebody you care about, or even causes, you don't have to have children or a wife. You can have causes that you care about, and maybe you're donating to them. Maybe like there's a film society or a local film school or like whatever it is.
Sure.
And literally, I know people that took out $70, $80 a month plans that were millions of dollars at the time because they were young enough when they did it.
Yeah.
And they're millions of dollars, and so if something happened to them at any point in a 30-year window, if something happened to them,
right, all
this money goes to this organization or this cause they like.
Oh wow.
And you're talking about for a fraction of what you earn. So if you think about it from that perspective, like it's not just I've got kids or I've got a wife. I think there's a lot of great things you can do with it.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure.
So
for sure, Eric, like this right here, what just happened is basically you were asking me that question about how these guys affect me, and this.
Right so here. Now you're ready to buy some life insurance, right?
I am. I'm ready to sign up.
Just so you know, I still am licensed life and health PNC.
Okay.
And, I'm not going to write the policy for you, but I'll definitely help.
He'll guide you.
Put me in the right direction.
That's why we had the podcast today, Jesse. We wanted to make sure we got you into.
Damn it!
Your wife and I had a conversation this morning.
We have bad news.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes. I didn't want to tell you, but I'm glad we talked about it.
Me too, man. Me too.